everyone. Welcome to our channel, Business Intelligence by Carol. And today we will again work on our SQL tutorials. And today's our topic is using having clause in SQL. So why we use the having clause, when we use the having clause, right? So let's start. So what is the having clause? The having clause is used in SQL to filter results of group by statement based on specified conditions, unlike where clause which cannot be used with aggregate functions. The having clause allows filtering group data using uh, Boolean conditions such as and or key features of the having clause filters grouped data based on aggregate functions. So what it says is that we group the data based on the aggregate function. For example, we want to select sum of sales by products, sum of sales, select sum of sales group by products, right? So that's kind of group data. So it supports Boolean and or function. Cannot be used without group by clause unless an aggregate function is present. Appear after the group by clause and before order by clause if used. Useful for generating summary reports for large data sets. So let's go to our SQL server. So here we are, let's show the table we are using. This is AdventureWorks 2019 and table we are using is order details. In the columns we have order ID, order detail ID, and line total, right? Let me run this just raw data. We'll see the raw data here. So here is we select top. Let's run it again. Let's close it and run it again. We just open this. So here you see we have the sales order ID. You see, if one sales order ID could have different line items, line totals, right? For example, 43659 have different line totals. And the query we will run is we want select sales order ID, then we want to sum the line total. So it will aggregate the line totals as subtotal from sales order detail, the table I have already showed. Then we will group by sales order ID. So whenever we use the aggregate function, we must use group by clause, otherwise it will give the error. But here we want also those line items, those sales order IDs where the line items are greater than 10,000. I hope it makes sense. We want to select those sales orders where their line items, some of their line items, like they have a line items total greater than 10,000, then we use the having clause. Let's write that again. Let me write it again. AdventureWorks 2019. Select sales order. Okay, so select sales sales order detail dot sales order ID. So we are using all of these, the schema, the table name, and the sales order ID. Then we need to sum line sales dot sales order details dot line total as a subtotal. Sales dot sales order details. Now we have to use the group by, because if we run that, because sales order detail, we are using, let me highlight this. Why is, we are getting an error. Sales dot sale order is invalid in the select list because it is not contained in the group by functions. So I would also like to highlight why we're getting the error, because we are group sum these line, or and we also want this also line, this column also, sales dot sales order details or sales order ID. Then we have to use a group by clause. For example, if we remove this column, then we will not get an error because we will total all the total of that. You see, we got this one number, but there is no, we don't know which order detail, which order ID has what number, what was the total of individual order ID, sales order ID. So that's why we will write this field. And when we add this one, now this will ask for a group by. We must enter a group by clause. Group by this field. Now another, we want to select only those sales order IDs where the total of the line item is greater than 10,000. So here we will not be able to use where clause, because we are using an aggregate function. You see, let me show you what will happen if we use where clause. Where sum sales dot sales. For example, let's just for the sake of understanding, let's write it down here. We were getting an error. Select sales dot sales order detail dot sales order ID sum this where sum of we cannot use that. So we have to remove it from here. So we cannot use the where clause. If we remove the where clause, for example, if we remove the where clause, but it won't make sense because what we are looking for is the sum of the orders details. So, so now let's go move to the next section. So our main objective is to have subtotal for the sales order ID where subtotal is greater than 10,000. So then we will use having clause. It will always be used after group by clause. Having sum sales dot sale order having 10,000, right? Let's run this now. So we have all the sales order IDs where the subtotal is greater than 10,000. Let's say less than 10,000. You see now we have 20,000, 30,000, 32,000, something less than 10,000. Now we have all these where the total is less than this. So that was the topic I thought that we should cover today in the aggregation functions and having clause, and that's it for the having clause. And next we will move to subquery in clause. Let's open that. We already have worked on the subqueries previously, more videos, but this video is specifically on this tutorial is basically for in clause, using the to find the certain amounts in the bonus. So let's explain what correlated subquery is. Many queries can be evaluated by executing the subquery once and substituting resulting value or value in the where clause of the outer query. So in the in queries that include correlated subquery, also known as repeating subquery, the subquery depends on the outer query for its value. This means that the subquery is executed repeatedly once for each row that might be selected by the outer clause. So the query right now we will be writing is retrieves one instance of each employee first name, last name for which the bonus in the salesperson table is 5,000. What it's saying is that we are looking for those employees in the sales table, the name and last name and first name and business entity of those employees whose bonus is 5,000. Let's write that. So we are done with the having clause. Now moving to uh, subquery, correlated subquery. New query. Use ADVEN Venture Works 2019. Select person dot last name comma first name and we have person dot person table, and this is a person dot person table, and we are looking for schema of human resource employee, and in this schema we are looking for employee dot business entity ID from person dot person join human resources dot employee dot Oh, sorry, I'm missing something. Join on person dot business entity is equal to human human resources dot, let's make it business entity ID, right? So we're looking for person dot person last name, person dot person first name, human resource, and we're looking for business entity from human resource, from person dot person join human resource dot employee on person dot person's business entity is equal to employee dot business entity. Let's first run that. So we have the employees last name, first name, and their business entities. Now in next stage we are looking for bonus. Where what we are looking for, where this is an amount, we can write down here an amount 5,000 in we're looking for 5,000 this number in select select bonus with this is basically schema of sales dot let's see sales dot this is looking for salesperson sales dot sales person from this table. So what we're looking for is we are looking for these employees we have already selected, but select then we again created another clause, a subquery where 5,000 in select sales dot salespersons dot okay, basically we are looking for a bonus here, sorry, bonus sales oh sorry sales from We are looking for a select bonus from salesperson dot. This is one of the field from sales dot salesperson. I will show you further. Where human resources will get this dot employee dot business entity is equal to sales dot sales person dot business entity. Okay. So what this query says is select distinct individual person, like one person, each person, unique person, last name, first name, human resource dot, and then we also looking for a data from human resource dot employee dot business entity ID from person dot person, and then we must join these two tables together, person and human resources. Human resource dot employee on person dot business entity is equal to human resource dot employee dot business entity ID, and then we are asking where 5,000 in. This is a figure we giving the to the subquery which we will write in. Then we will close the brackets and then we'll write select bonus. You see, if we look at the salesperson, sales dot salesperson, we have the bonuses 4,100, 5,000, 500. Some people have 5,000. So we're looking for those employees where the bonus is 5,000, right? That's what we are looking for. Select bonus from sales dot salesperson, but human resource dot employee dot business entity is equal to sales dot salesperson dot business entity ID. Right? So let's run this query. So there are two people who have the bonuses of 5,000. Asman, Wolf, Pamela, and Sarah. Let's look into the table. See here we won't be able to because there we are using the business entities. That's how we will get the two persons. So let's see 280 and 282. We'll look into the 280 and 282. You see 282 has a 5,000 and then 280 has a 5,000. So it fits like these two. So that's the clause subquery. So we'll finish this this tutorial for correlated subquery here. So at the end, we will just do uh, review what we have done in today's tutorial. In today's tutorial, we at first part we explained the having clause, and in the next in the later portion we worked on the correlated subquery using the in clause to find out a certain number in the other table. Like for example, we're looking for a 5,000 amount in the bonus table. So I hope this tutorial will be useful for our viewers, and if you like it, please subscribe our channel. And thank you very much and have a great day.